Tin Man was a legend. You were a legend, and it was a pleasure to be able to meet a legend and go to the legendary Tin Man.
Charles, this is for you, my friend. Right? He has traveled around the world, Juliana's of London, until today at the age of 58.
38.
He's still DJing. He's still DJing. Alright? We really wanted, and I'm very, very honored to present this to you, my friend. Torture me, clean records, play songs. Ladies and gentlemen, big round for Charles. Now, do you want to hear Charles perform? One more time, do you want to hear Charles? Here we go, the legendary Charles B. from the Tin Mines.
You know, when I was told that it was Charles's 60th birthday, I really couldn't believe my ears. I mean, Charles and I, when we first met, Charles was, what, 20? Wow. Or even less than 20. I can never remember Charles as anyone other than that 20-year-old boy. I mean, we were together at Music Machine, then Larry, get your facts right, okay? Music Machine first, Juliana second. He joined us in Music Machine first, he played with us, and then of course he went on to better things and joined Juliana's and became one of Juliana's best DJs, right? He was in the Tin Mine. Did you play in the Shangri-La? Yeah, he was in the Shangri-La's Club Oz, and Charles rose up to become one of the, if not the most famous disco DJ in Malaysia. And it's our privilege to have him as one of our former colleagues, right? And Charles, what I like about Charles is, unlike other DJs of today, Charles has never forgotten his friends. He may be the best DJ in town in Malaysia, but he will always remember his friends from Juliana's, from the Music Machine, and for that we're very grateful, Charles.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is the behind the scenes of our Independence 2020 record-breaking attempt, the longest DJ stream, 124 DJs, 228 hours, 8 studios nationwide, and the first DJ to kickstart this whole project was none other than the legendary, the man himself, Charles B. You know, Charles, quick question. When you found out that you were going to be part of this record-breaking attempt, what did you feel? What was going through your mind?
First thing, I felt very honored when you all told me and said I was part of this, because I did not expect all writer like me.
Hey. Why you say old timer, man? Music transcends.
But nowadays, a lot of people that do stuff. Retro has become a very rich market.
Right. And being the first DJ, how did you feel? Was there pressure on you when you had to go on the next first DJ?
Not really.
You are old time talking lah. Don't have to worry. Some so better that. Well, we're in 2020 right now. COVID hit us. How have you been?
I think it's a bit down because we don't get to express, play our music, to enjoy what we really want to do. All we have to do was just stay at home. And like,
in terms of source of income, your livelihood, how badly affected were you?
very, very badly. But that's it. At least we still can survive. But we don't go out anything. Mainly we cook our own food.
Your own food?
We don't go out, we don't drink, we don't party anything.
But music kept you going?
Yes, and especially the DJ groups on like WhatsApp and phone, we always get together, have a chat, and
Right.
chat.
Okay, man. Well, Charles, before we let you go, behind the scene, we'd like to share something to our viewers, fellow up-and-coming DJs who are about to embark on this journey, musical roller coaster. Any advice there?
Enjoy what you do. Don't do it for the glamour. Do it because you love it. That's all.
Spoken like a true champ. That's why he's the legend. Charles B, thank you for being part of this. God bless.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Okay, Juno, thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Charles B. Now you can talk.
Well, introduction from Chief.
When Jay came up to me with Sunsplash 1, it sounded like a very good idea. So I was one of the first DJs. And I remember Adrian, when he first came for Sunsplash 1, he was carrying his Behringer MIDI mixer in a flight case.
Yes, correct.
But that was fun because it was the first time we were doing. We did not expect such a turnout for a small club.
And some familiar faces. So
all the DJs were having fun, playing their style, their music, and the crowd loved it. And since then, now it's 10 years already.
Yes,
and
time.
people are still looking forward for it.
And Charles, you're going to be rocking the stage come next Sunday as well, right? You got a set, right?
Yeah, I'm doing the music video set.
Wow, the music video set. Now, since you've been around since the 70s in the club scene, and now is like 2019. Charles, you just told me that you're going to be doing a video mix set. Back then, you didn't have that.
We had that in
VHS
in the 80s, but it was all on Betamax or VHS. And we had to play by using our finger to spin the record to match with the videos.
Wow. Some DJs call themselves purists, that I will not move on with technology. I will still stick to my vinyls, and that's it. No computers, no laptops, none of that. But what's your take on this, your opinion, man?
Okay, let's say, well, when I started off in the 70s, it was all vinyls.
Yeah.
And we had, if we had a function to do, we had to carry out a record box. We used to call all this record box hernia box. Because it's not one box you have to carry for a function. Sometimes you have to carry about 4 boxes, and it weighs a lot. And imagine end of the night you have to pack everything. I do agree. I say vinyl is a certain class of its own. But the problem is nowadays a lot of the new clubs do not want to invest into turntables. There are a lot of DJs who have a good collection of vinyls.
Right.
But you don't expect the DJs to bring their turntables and everything to the club. Because firstly, the management of the clubs are not willing to cover your turntables if anything happens. And imagine if you are working in a club that is 4-story high, you got to carry all your records up there.
And talking about the music scene itself, retro music, old school music, is there still a need for this music in this a day and age in Malaysia?
Yes, I do agree. Yeah. I'm playing in a new place right now, right? Then what I do for the happy hour, I play 70s,
right?
Classic 70s, not what you can find off the shelf. Okay. And surprisingly, for the past 2 months I've been playing there for the happy hours, the crowd has actually doubled.
Right, because they're there for the music, which they can't possibly find anywhere else.
We do get a lot of compliment about the music.
That's great.
And also because the place is nice. So.
Charles, my man, was it really expensive to be a DJ back then? Because to invest in equipment, you need to practice your vinyl collection. How expensive was it?
During when I started in the late 70s and early 80s, seriously, nobody could afford turntables and mixers.
Right.
So it was actually provided by the outlet itself. But I was very lucky was because the outlet allows me to go in the afternoon. And they let me do whatever I want to do, to practice, to play. But seriously, during that time, if you wanted to buy a turntable, I don't think they actually sold them here also.
Really? Okay.
And we had, they gave us a budget to request for what vinyls we want. But sometimes we do spend a bit of money. We go down to Singapore, spend 10 ringgit to buy a 12-inch version. We buy a few and we come back. We're lucky we get through the custom without tax. Unlucky we get to pay tax.